Good morning, dear hearts. We are at lesson 309, and please subscribe if you have not yet done so. So I've often said that in going through the lessons year after year after year, I have found something within the lesson that I did not see the other 25 times or more. They are this living, breathing, spiritual path that gives us as much as we can receive at any given time. Never too much, because that might induce fear, but always enough to lift us up into thinking and realizing our true self. Today, when I reread today's lesson, which is 309, and is, I will not fear to look within today. There was one word, and the word is in the lesson, but it really popped for me today that this is what this lesson is truly about. I will not fear to look within today to reconnect with my eternal innocence. The lesson starts that within me is eternal innocence because it is God's will that it be there forever and forever. And I've looked at this lesson in the past of, to come back to the idea of our will, which is also contained within the lesson, to, again, always to realize that God's will for me is my own as well, and not to be afraid of that. So not to be afraid to understand and to reconnect and to accept that God's will for me is my own. And again, the idea of our will is certainly woven into this lesson. But I really feel that this is today, that this lesson is really, let me not be afraid to accept myself as innocent. I've been under the influence of an unhealed mind for a very long time, and my unhealed mind has told me many, many times how unworthy I am. My unhealed mind has put me in a place of separation because it has made me believe in sin, that I could be less than what A Course in Miracles is telling me that I truly am, which is God's whole, healed, and holy Son, in whom He is well pleased. So today when I read this lesson, I went, no, this is all about my everlasting acceptance of my eternal innocence. Because when I accept my innocence, I am indeed also accepting God's will for me, because it is my Father's will for me to know who I am, for me to know, as it says, within me is the holiness of God, within me is the memory of Him. Again, I am as God created me, and God created all of us with the whole mind that is filled with eternal innocence. And that's what we get to reconnect and find and claim and know and experience as who we are, the eternal, innocent, whole and healed child of God, our true identity. Because it is in our innocence that when we claim this, when we know this, this is how we really are able to experience miracles, because there's no dark spots, there are no veils anymore that have fallen over God's child. All veils are lifted to reveal the light and the innocence and the wholeness and the truth and the love and the peace and the joy and all of that within us that was placed there by our Father. And today's, the second part of the lesson, which is the prayers, the step I take today, my Father, is my sure release from idle dreams of sin. Your altar stands serene and undefiled. It is the holy altar to myself, big S self, and there I find my true identity, big I identity. Don't be afraid to look within and claim, find, and know your innocent self. That's it for today. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, and please be here tomorrow. One more lesson before we start our new section, our new special thought. Namaste.